Welcome to the foul-mouthed news, where the filters are off and the language is colorful. If you are offended by profanity or vulgarity in general, not to mention political incorrectness, this video is not for you. You have been forewarned. So if you have virgin ears, be prepared because they are about to be violated.
Hello, everyone. So, yeah, the left and the media, they're not happy of the kidnapping that went on in the apartment complex, where they said, oh yeah, it's not really Venezuela gang activity, and then they were like, oh well, there's just a couple buildings, it's the whole apartment complex. Turns out it's more than one apartment complex. Well, yeah, they're not liking the fact that it's, with the kidnapping being brought to the attention of Americans again, and they're acting like it's been brought back into the national immigration debate. It never left, because we saw the fact that they didn't do shit there. That's one of the reasons why people voted for Trump, because we're watching this shit unfold. We're watching, Ring doorbell camera footage that went viral, and we're seeing this shit happening, and we're like, what the fuck? And they're going, oh, absolutely nothing here, Trump is lying about it. You've got the mayor of Aurora like, oh yeah, there's no problem at all, we don't have a Venezuelan gang problem, never mind a gang problem. And you're like, are you fucking kidding me? So with this latest kidnapping thing, they're upset that, again, it's showing that nothing's been done, which people already knew was the case, and making it so that they have to, basically eat their fucking words and try to spin shit. They're upset about the fact that they now have to try to fucking deal with the situation, which, if the situation was actually dealt with the way it should have been dealt with, which would be, hey, don't let illegals into the fucking country under false pretenses like, oh, I'm seeking asylum, and maybe, you dumb motherfucking idiots, you won't have these people that were being exploited by the gang, because these were illegals that were being exploited by the gang. And I'm sorry if you don't like the fact that I'm calling them illegals, because they are illegals. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter that they applied for asylum. They are still illegal aliens. They're here under false pretenses and need to get the fuck out. We wouldn't have the gangs doing the same exact thing, coming here under false pretenses so that they can establish themselves here, which is what they're doing. See, by the Democrats' fucking open border bullshit, we have criminal elements that have come to this country specifically to establish themselves here. MS-13, we never had a fucking problem until we really started letting the Latin American fucking people just fucking, south of the fucking U.S. border, like with, it doesn't matter what country, but like, because we've had different countries with gangs doing this. But in the case of MS-13, they're like, well, shit, let's go establish some new fucking territory. It's like the idea of when any criminal element is able to go and enter a new arena, a new area, a new, demographic or whatever. Look at what happened with the fall of communism and all of the organized crime with that. I mean, it's hilarious. Like, one of the things they don't talk about with the idea of glasnost and the criminal element, you actually had the Russian mafia and the Italian mafia sitting down and working out, hey, crossing international borders and expanding their markets type of thing, negotiating, them working their way into Russia and the Russians working their way into the US, and finally got to the point where the Russians were like, fuck you. And after the fall of communism, we just let anyone from the anyone, even during communism, which helped establish this shit, because they were like pipelines in, the criminal element of the like black market and Russian mafia established itself here because we were letting anyone in, because they were running from communist persecution. So they established the trade, the supply routes, we'll say, for things for like the black market, like with American goods and stuff like that. And that was the foundation, and it expanded from there. What we have here is a similar situation with these gangs. they're expanding their territories, and instead of doing the right fucking thing and kicking their asses out and stopping them from coming in the first place, we now have to deal with retardation like this. And the media, instead of calling it out, which you would think a legitimate media would go, oh, if they're going to fucking interject their opinion like they do these days, you'd think they would. But they go, oh, I don't know. Maybe we should, I don't know, call this shit out. But instead, they're freaking out and want to cover for it. It's fucking retarded. But we have an article here from CNN written by Elizabeth Wolf that was published on December 18th. And the title here, Gang-Related Kidnapping at Apartment Puts Colorado City Back in National Immigration Debate. It never left, like I was saying before, but they want to act like, oh yeah, it was out of sight, out of mind, it was fixed. And the thing would have been, to fix this problem, all they needed to do is go through the apartment complex and round up every criminal fuck in that place that was with the gang. I mean, Jesus Christ. They'll do RICO for like their fucking, any little fucking thing they want. In this case, you can't do RICO? Are you kidding me? This is like exactly why the RICO laws were written, to wipe out crime families and criminal gangs and organizations by exactly what I'm talking about. You got a crime by one part of the group, you can nail the whole fucking group. Right or wrong, or, constitutionally valid if you think about it or not, whether it is or not. I mean, that's the whole point of it. Anyway, yeah, and real quick, before that, okay, like, all they've been doing when it comes to this shit is acting like Leslie Nielsen in Naked Gun when he's chasing a dude with the student driver and the guy smashes into the fireworks factory. I mean, this is what they were doing.
Excuse me. All right, move on. Nothing to see here. Please disperse. Nothing to see here, please.
That's exactly what they were doing. Nothing to see here. We want to get Kamala elected. And by doing what they did because of Evil Orange Badman, we ended up with the kidnapping situation that took place at this apartment complex, which you would think they would have grabbed every fucking gang member out of. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, before we even get into this, this deserves a Rocco.
Fucking what the fucking fuck? Who the fuck? Fuck this fucking. How did you do fucking fucks? Fuck!
Well, it certainly illustrates the diversity of the word.
I mean, seriously. This is retarded shit. I think I might have to turn that up. I think it was actually hitting my sound gate where it goes through my mic's input now. So if it was screwed up, I apologize. I turned it up a little. I'm going to have to deal with some bleeding eardrums. Anyway, because this deserves more than a few Roccos. All right, anyway, moving on. The city of Aurora, Colorado has re-entered the national debate on immigration after a man and woman were dragged from a unit in an apartment complex Monday night, bound, beaten, and pistol whipped, police say. Assholes. I love how they start off an apartment complex. No, you mean the apartment complex where this whole fucking situation popped off in the first place that you're like upset that is back in the fucking spotlight, okay? That you have to, after trying to sweep it under the rug, now have to address it again. This is the same exact apartment complex, you sleazy fuck, Elizabeth. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, these people, they really think we're stupid. I mean, I understand the average Democrat, but oh my God, I got a college degree. I'm wicked fucking smart. No, you're Fredo fucking smart. All right. Just because you have a college degree does not mean you're fucking intelligent. That's what I find funny. Like, these people hold like this misconception and conflate having a college degree with actual intelligence, and they're not mutually exclusive, okay? You don't have one and automatically have the other, all right? It doesn't work like that. I mean, Albert Einstein, fucking dropout. I mean, he worked as a fucking patent clerk. Usually the really, really smart people are the ones who go, well, shit, I want to go and do my pursuits. What's the easiest way to do it, okay? What's the easiest way to support myself doing that when it comes to certain things? I mean, shit, that's why you'll see, like, some of the brightest fucking people that just want to go off and do their own fucking thing, that have, like, those minds that will go through shit, will, like, even work, like, you know, shit jobs. Was it the first episode? A good example is the guy, like, talk about working smarter, and it's a shit job. The guy on Dirty Jobs, I think it might have been, but the sewage sucking guy with the porta potties. Okay, that guy makes fucking bank, and dealing with some shit. I mean, I don't know if I would, but with dealing with that, you know, some shit, he's able to go off and enjoy his life because he's making so much money because, hey, there's not a lot of people that want to fucking sit there and suck shit. Not a lot of people that want to sit there and clean out porta potties. I mean, Jesus Christ. The guy was smart to go, hey, I want to fucking live a really fucking good life. He created a very lucrative business. He's invested his money. He's got everything set to where he's living comfortably. Well, these people that are like, I'm so fucking smart and you're so fucking stupid because I have a college degree, are sitting there, 6 figures in debt, you know, paying for said degree with no real prospects on the note of being a productive member of society. Most of these people have useless fucking degrees. Okay. If you make someone's coffee, you do serve a purpose. I mean, it might not be, you know, the purpose you wanted and the, you know, a prestige you wanted, but hey, someone's got to serve the coffee, just like someone has to suck the shit. You know, like, there has to be welders, there has to be electricians. The building trades is something great to get into. I mean, these people act like you're just stupid. And they conflate this shit. It's ridiculous. Like, and anyway. Moving on. Police Chief Todd Chamberlain described the incident at the Edge on Lowry Apartments as, without question, a gang incident, noting that both the perpetrators and the victims are likely Venezuelan immigrants, some of whom may be undocumented. No, let's call it what it is. They're all fucking illegals. This idea of documented is because they turned themselves in and got fucking revolving doored into the fucking country and then went to fucking Aurora, Colorado. Go suck a fucking dick. Some of them might be undocumented. No, they're all fucking illegals. Let's call them what they are. Illegals. Or if you prefer, illegal aliens. I mean, the thing that gets me now is I type illegals into fucking Google and their proper grammar thing, all right, like with Android. All right, texting with one of my friends. I put in illegals and it highlighted it like, you know, illegals is like not a proper word. I was like, talking about the illegals, and I was talking about an incident, you know, along these ideas, and it was like, you know, that's not proper English, you might want to change that to illegal. No, I'm talking about illegals, you fucking word police fucking bitches. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, they are illegals. Deal with that fucking fact. You know, they scammed the system. They are criminals. 19 suspects were detained, but 3 were later released. Aurora police spokesperson Joy Milan said, the remaining 16 suspects are in custody of Federal Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Finally, excuse me, you know, when they're terrorizing the fucking Americans in that apartment complex, you stupid fucking retards won't do a goddamn fucking thing. But the second they take 2 illegals hostage, you know, kidnap 2 illegals, you fuckers round them up and are probably going to deport them. What the fuck is this 2-tiered fucking bullshit? Are you fucking kidding me?
Fucking what the fucking fuck? Who the fuck? Fuck this fucking... How did you do fucking... Fucks? Fuck!
Well, it certainly illustrates the diversity of the work.
Seriously, Jesus H. Christ all fucking mighty. This is ridiculous. Now they get taken into fucking custody by the feds. Are you kidding me? This is the fucked up clown world fucking bullshit we've been dealing with for the last 4 fucking years. They did some of this shit with Obama too, but this is fucking, oh my God. Holy sweet friggin' Jesus. Police are working with federal authorities to determine what gang affiliation, if any, the suspects have, Chamberlain said during a briefing Tuesday. That includes probing whether they may be connected to the notorious Venezuelan gang Tren de we know they are Tren de Aragua, whose members had previously been identified in the city. Chamberlain said Tuesday there is a high assumption the gang was involved. We already know these are people from the same fucking gang that's been terrorizing the place, that the local residents have been telling the cops these people are fucking terrorizing us. They're committing crimes. You ain't doing fucking shit. Will you do something about it? Because shit ain't being done. Okay, another reason why this got national attention is because they've been going to the fucking cops, and the fucking cops haven't done a goddamn fucking thing. So someone published their Ring doorbell footage. And they went, oh my God, how dare they? And I'm like, oh, it isn't that bad. Really? Because the residents have been trying to get the police to solve this fucking problem for a while now. You people are fucking pathetic. All right? Oh my God, how dare they make us deal with the fact of us sweeping this under the rug and it now coming back to bite us in the ass? You're all fucking cunts. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, no charges have been filed and the suspects' names have not been released. Why? Why are no charges being filed? File charges. Use it as leverage to make sure they don't fucking come back. The victims reported the attack to the police and were being treated at a hospital for non-life-threatening injuries, the police chief said. They stabbed one of them in the fucking face multiple fucking times. No life-threatening injuries. They stabbed him in the fucking face, for Christ's sake. Holy shit. Anyway, renewed immigration controversy. You mean illegal entry into the country, you know. Immigration, you have to do it legally. I hate this word salad fucking bullshit because they added illegal immigration to it to legitimize their coming here as immigration. It was never immigration in the first place. Okay? They are illegal aliens who have entered the country illegally. Plain and simple. So, renew illegal alien fucking jumping the border controversy is what we'll call this. It doesn't flow off the tongue well, but it fucking works because it's, factually correct. I gotta get that. I hope that pop filter doesn't get delayed like my cables. Hey, for my new mic here. Oh God, I need a pop filter. I'm sitting way far back, and when I come in even a little bit, I'm picking up a pop. Hey. Anyway, the attack has brought renewed attention to the nondescript row of brick apartment buildings and the city of Aurora, which just months ago became the flashpoint in the national conflict over immigration. Oh, excuse me. You mean the Democrats importing the next the next large group of voters that they were planning on, having, especially with the border bill, that they're like the strong border bill that was basically a way for them to, amnesty them all and give them a path to fucking citizenship, a quick path, mind you. Fuck you. Holy shit. President-elect Donald Trump repeatedly compared the Denver suburb to a war zone while on the campaign trail. Ooh, excuse me. Echoing substantiating rumors that Venezuelan gangs were violently assuming control over parts of the city amid an influx of migrants into the Aurora and Denver areas. This was backed up by the fucking residents. I love how, Trump claimed, no, the residents were saying this shit is fucking going on. The police aren't doing a goddamn thing. It starts getting some traction and some attention to the point of where it reaches Trump. Trump, okay, echoes what they're saying, and you're like, Trump made claims. No, the fucking residents have been making these claims, you stupid fucking retards. But you're not going to say this because, it doesn't fit your fucking narrative. Well, Trump said, Vance said, so-and-so said. You're like fucking retarded fucking children. Well, so-and-so said this. You're like those fucking kids that would sit there, okay, and when someone said something, you go to an adult. The first thing you do is go, so-and-so said this. You're fucking all cunts. The residents were the ones who said this shit. And the thing is you would be selective like that too. If more than one person said that, the person that you hated at school, if they said it and like 4 other people said the same exact thing, something that you didn't like, you'd be like, so-and-so said this, and ignore the other 3. And when they went, well, I'm not the only one. Why am I being singled out? And then they would be like, well, who's the other ones? And now the kid can either be, a snitch or take it on himself. I mean, you people are awful. I hate these fucking people. I really need a pop card. All right. Anyway, but officials argue that while organized criminal activity is present in Aurora, the issue has become grossly exaggerated and is limited to a handful of apartment buildings in a city of more than 400,000 residents. Bullshit. It's a whole fucking... There are 2 fucking whole apartment complexes that have been taken over by Venezuelan gangs. Particularly, a gang. That particular gang from Venezuela. This is a documented fucking fact. And the local officials, all right, the mayor and shit, all right, have egg on their face. They don't want to admit that they allowed these fucking gangs to take over 2 apartment complexes in the city. Not only that, I'm guessing the local mayor, who is supposedly a Republican, or if I remember that was being said, okay, from the sound of things, was a never Trump fucking shitbag. Okay, you people don't want to admit what's going on because then you have to admit Trump is right. You don't want to admit what's going on because then you have to admit that you fucked up and dropped the ball and allowed these fucking criminal organizations, these criminal gangs, to get a foothold and expand that foothold to where they actually have control over whole swaths of neighborhoods, whole sections, whole apartment complexes. You people are disgusting. Oh my God. Chamberlain said the Edge has become a focus of his police department, which has been proactively working to address crime at the property and does nonstop patrols in the area. It is an incredibly crime-ridden complex. The attention on it will not stop until every individual that victimizes somebody else will be held accountable or will be removed from the complex. You fuckers didn't do a goddamn fucking thing. After the Ring doorbell footage came out, your police department, your fucking mayor, your fucking city government turned around and ran cover going, oh no, this is an isolated incident. This isn't gang activity. You fuckers were actually trying to claim it first that these people kicking in a fucking door was absolutely not gang activity. Are you fucking kidding me? You seriously tried to play this as like, oh, this is not Venezuelan gang activity. This is not activity by the people that got, revolving doored into the country. This isn't them doing that. No, you fuckers tried to play that game. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, but the problem extends beyond that property, he said. We have a gang problem in Aurora, without a question, Chamberlain said. We have 25 some gangs, like every major city does. We have a number of gang members, and it's not just in that area. It's not just in that complex. It's throughout the entire city of Aurora. Aurora Mayor Mike Kaufman echoed the police chief's concerns in a statement Wednesday, but insisted that the city should not be defined by its recent criminal woes. Aurora, like every other major city across the country, must tackle crime, especially concentrated pockets of crime, aggressively. But as I have said repeatedly, specific bad actors and problematic properties do not reflect this city as a whole, Kaufman said. Oh my God. Local officials also pointed out the long-standing concern that immigrants are disproportionately targeted as victims of crime. You mean illegals? Because if they're legal immigrants, they're not going to be targeted, because if they're legal immigrants, they're not part of the criminal element of like the underground economy and everything that goes around with these illegals in this fucking country. The underground society, they're not a part of it. It is imperative that our public safety policies prioritize protecting every resident of Aurora, regardless of their immigration status. Allison Coombs, Aurora City Council member at large, said, well, first, fuck you, they're illegals. They shouldn't even be here in the first place. If they weren't here, we wouldn't be dealing with this shit. These fucking people. I mean, well, I wanted to go through this whole thing because I'm going to break it down bisection here, okay? Because it's ridiculous. Because they're talking about beyond the property. Your city is gang ridden. Okay, well, maybe if your police were actually doing their fucking job, all right, you wouldn't have this problem. Maybe because there's other gangs from, Mexico and south of the border that are in this country. So they have I'm assuming they have different gangs from different countries there besides Venezuela. Okay. But they have 20 in a city of 400 fucking thousand. You have 25 some gangs. I'm sure when you're saying 25 some, it's way more than that. Okay. So you have all these fucking gangs in a city where you've allowed illegals to flood in. Let's see. There wasn't a gang problem before you started, before the illegals were, being sent, and flocking there. But now there's a fucking massive gang problem with 25 some odd gangs. I don't know. If you ask me, do the math. Okay. 1 + 1 = fucking 2. Okay. And you say it's not just in the area. Well, of course not. We know that your gang problem is not just in the area. It's a problem for the entire city. No one is fucking that stupid. What did you think? When we saw that this one apartment complex that got attention was taken over, did you think that we just thought it was just one fucking apartment complex where there was a gang problem? No. We knew that if this took place in one fucking apartment complex, you stupid retarded bitch, we knew that there's a problem in your city in general. Because if there wasn't a general fucking problem, there wouldn't have been a whole fucking apartment complex taken over by a Venezuelan gang. Okay? And this idea of, that the city should not be defined by its recent criminal woes. Okay? Mike Kaufman, Mayor Fuckwit. Hey, I'm just going to call him Mayor Fuckwit. Okay, Mayor Fuckwit. How your city is in present day, okay, which changes, will define what your city is. So, all right, if your city is a crime-ridden fucking shithole, your city's going to be defined as a crime-ridden fucking shithole. A good example would be, say, Boston or New York City back in the day, okay? New York City, Rudy Giuliani, all right? You couldn't even go down Times fucking Square, all right, without worrying about getting fucking robbed, stabbed, fucking assaulted. God only knows what else that you can think of criminal. Giuliani cleaned up it and the rest of New York City. That's why everyone loved Rudy Giuliani back in the day. Boston. All right. It's Chinatown. Became a fucking crime-ridden shithole. Was known for seedy strip clubs and sex shops and prostitution and violent crime. A real fucking crime-ridden fucking cesspool shithole. And this used to be a really nice area. And the same thing happened in the 90s, where, like with Rudy Giuliani, the same thing happened in Boston. They cleaned that fucking shit up because it reflected bad on the city. The city was being looked at for its crime issues. New York in the 70s. Look at the show Barney Miller, you fucking retard. Oh, the city shouldn't be, it should not be looked at, because of the criminal laws. New York City was shown as a bureaucratic, corrupt fucking shithole where the cops couldn't deal with the crime and the crime was running rampant, okay, in Barney Miller, because that was reflective of what was actually going on, and they somehow managed to turn it into a comedy. That's life, dude. Deal with it. And art imitates, life. That's why it did that, because that's how it's reflected. When Boston got cleaned up, people were going to Chinatown, checking out the Chinese restaurants. You were safe to go there at night. I mean, hell, I'd go check out Red Sox games. We didn't feel like sketched out going to Chinatown. Early 90s, it was still sketchy as fuck. Me and my friends went down there one day to get shit for a friend's bachelor party in our early 20s. We were going to grab some fucking Chinese food and get them some shit at one of the sex shops that a buddy knew about. Real sketchy buddy we worked with. Anyway, and me and my friend are sitting there at the corner waiting for the other guys, And we got stopped by the fucking Boston cops. Like, we're trolling for hookers. We're like, sir, we got a buddy who's going to a bachelor party. We're down here to grab some fucking gag gifts, you know, at the sex shop, and we're going to grab some Chinese food. Oh, okay, just making sure, because, you know, some of our sisters in blue are on the streets right now. Like, yeah, whatever. It was still a crime-ridden shithole back then, but they cleaned it up. There wasn't that prostitution problem, and people felt safe. You could actually go. I mean, these days, I wouldn't go down that way, but, I mean, it's not as bad as it was, but Boston has kind of become a crime-ridden shithole again. I mean, now you got these area cities trying to blame, you know, shit going on in my state for, like, their woes. It's fucking hilarious. One town goes and decide, you know, signs off on a charity, a massive charity casino in an old Lord and Taylor location, and you got Lawrence and Methuen and several other cities along the border of Massachusetts, like, trying to fucking set it up so that they can blame their problems on the fact of this fucking casino being in my state. It's ridiculous. Oh, like, handle your own shit. Like, they never want to own up to their own shit. You people are ridiculous. I mean, and like, Lawrence, Massachusetts is known as a fucking shithole. Okay, and this idea, like, other major cross cities must tackle, you know, concentrated pockets of crime aggressively. You should be tackling all the serious crime aggressively. This pocket shit. You deal with a pocket here, you open up an area someplace else, because if the cops ain't operating in another area, the criminal element's going to move there. You have to make sure that you have ample coverage. And this idea of specific bad actors, when you have whole fucking gangs taking over shit in your city, specific bad actors, and problematic properties, they've taken over your whole fucking city. Different gangs, different criminal elements have taken over your whole fucking city, you stupid fucks. Oh, that doesn't reflect on the whole city. Don't blame the whole city. You know, fuck you. And then this one, regardless of their status, resident, you know, protecting the residents of Aurora, regardless of their status. Again, illegals, they shouldn't even be there. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is fucking ridiculous. Anyway, how the attack unfolded. Investigators say the home invasion began around 8:45 p.m. in an apartment unit in the Edge at Lowry. The male and female victims were accosted by more than a dozen armed people and taken against their will to another unit inside the same complex, Chamberlain said. The victims were bound and terrorized as some of the suspects returned to their apartment, ransacked, and stole their belongings, the police chief said. The man was stabbed and both were bound and pistol whipped, he said. He was stabbed in the fucking face like 20 some odd fucking times. Are you fucking kidding me? And this right here reeks of the fact that they were a stash house or something for the gang and fucked the gang over. This reeks of that. I'd fucking bet on it. I'm not a gambling type, but I'm so sure of this that I would bet on that. These people were fucking working with the gang and fucked the gang over. Just before 2 a.m., the victims pleaded for their release, telling their alleged kidnappers they would not report the attack to the police, Chamberlain said. The pair was released and drove to a friend's house where they immediately called the police. Yeah, and they're going to get really fucked because here they were helping this gang from all appearances. And now they're calling the police on them. Do you want to know why they're doing that? Because now they're witnesses. And because they are witnesses, they just got legitimate fucking claims to not be booted out of the fucking country. That's why they did what they did. So these fucking people, it looks like, just played the gang. And this is the last thing you want to do, because there are other members of this gang in other areas of this country and in Aurora itself. And these fucks just basically signed their own death warrant. If that's what they did, well, calling the cops, that's what they did. These two fucks think they just got themselves an easy fucking pass to being, you know, completely legitimized as instead of their sneaking across the border bullshit. And it looks like the gang's going to take them out. And if the gang were to, I wouldn't exactly, you know, I would say, you know, I would be against it happening and all that. But with what they did, I'd look at it as, yeah, they kind of got what they deserved, because they did this. They fucked over the gang. They stole shit from them or something, clearly from this situation. And now they're using the fucking gang to legitimize themselves so that they don't get deported back to Venezuela. Because, you know, as a witness, they'll get fucking special status. Fucking real genius people. You just signed your own death warrants. Fucking idiots. Officers responded to the apartment complex and locked down the property, where they found about 15 people in one apartment, many of whom are suspects in the attack, Chamberlain said. Most of them are without question, or most likely, undocumented or immigrants to the city of Aurora, Chamberlain said. No, they're fucking illegals. Let's call them what they are. These are all fucking illegals, including the victims, who were clearly in bed with the gang somehow. They were probably holding, stolen goods or fucking drugs or some shit like that for the gang. And they fucked the gang. And yeah, they used that to game the system again. Police are seeking search warrants for several locations believed to be related to the kidnapping, he said. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security, Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, and Homeland Security investigations are assisting in the case. CNN has sought comment from the agencies. And then here we are. The victims were Venezuelan migrants. You mean Venezuelan illegals who scammed the fucking system and went, I'm being oppressed. I need asylum. After they fucking strolled across the fucking border instead of going to a port of entry. The victims of Monday's attack are believed to be Venezuelan migrants, Venezuelan illegals, and Chamberlain applauded their incredible amount of courage reporting the crime, despite fears that their immigration status may lead to repercussions against them. No, that's a fucking fallacy, because they are witnesses to a crime, which means they get special fucking status. These fucking people are sly as a fucking fox. They fucking took the situation of them fucking the gang over somehow, because this clearly was a fucking situation over money, drugs, fucking stolen goods, something. And with that, they're now using this to get protective fucking status, and they won't be deported. So to say that it'll affect their status is complete fucking bullshit. The only way that will do it, okay, is they've helped themselves by exploiting the situation. Chamberlain said the suspects likely targeted the victims because they believed they would not report the crime to police. Bullshit! This is a fucking cover-up. They were working with the fucking gang. This is clear. Why would they just go into someone's apartment and ransack the fucking shit out of it unless they were looking for something specific? Okay, criminal thugs. It doesn't matter if they're fucking cops or if they're fucking like a gang, okay? When they go into a house and fucking toss it, their specific reason is, like, if you've got a corrupt cop or cops or whatever, and they're tossing a place, okay, and you have criminals. The whole purpose of tossing the fucking place isn't to see what's there, okay, like in general. It is to see if there is something there specific that you are looking for. So they were there with a specific goal to find something, and you fucks are trying to cover that fact up. These people were part of the criminal element with that gang. They had to have been a stash house, okay? Contraband, something was there, and they fucked the gang. That's my opinion, but if it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a fucking duck. I mean, give me a fucking break. If it goes, it's a fucking duck. That was a really bad duck. Anyway, these individuals, like many gangs and many individuals involved in this type of activity, they victimize their own race and their own ethnicity, the police chief said. The reason they do that is because they are easy victims, because they know because of their status they will not come forward to police. That has been the thing that's been claimed for the longest fucking time, and now any fucking illegal can go report a fucking crime in almost any state and not get fucking deported. Except for me, even these days. Because they'll just get fucking revolving doored by the fucking feds. The feds will be like, we don't want them. So shut the fuck up. That's a fallacy now. Or now that Trump's coming in, it might become a reality again. But even then, okay, these people, when they don't have repercussions, still don't report shit because they keep shit inside, because usually they're somehow taking advantage of the situation with the criminal element and the underground stuff that's going on. So I don't know what to tell you, except that's a fallacy. Chamberlain encouraged anyone, regardless of their immigration status, to feel comfortable contacting Aurora police if they have been the victims of a crime. There is no place in this country, there is no place in the city where somebody should be victimized or mistreated based on their documentation status, he said. He added, Well, let's put it this way. How about if we got rid of these fucking people? How about if we didn't have them in this fucking country? This wouldn't be an issue in the first fucking place. So you people, you don't look at the fact that, hey, if we didn't allow this illegal immigration situation to fucking fester over the fucking time that it has and get worse and worse and worse, all right? To when Trump said, hey, we need to stop this shit, and Biden went, hey, Democrats, California, Massachusetts, as the president, I want to show you something, okay? In his fucking senile addled state with his handler's hand up his ass like he's fucking Walter at a fucking Jeff Dunham show. And I know Peg Sluts. I know you don't like that reference, but it fits here. Okay, going, hey, Democrats, hold my beer, okay? As he fucking revolving doored all these fucking people in. And when some of them get sent to those places like Massachusetts, say to Martha's Vineyard, where you have all these wealthy elites, okay, at the end of tourist season when they have all these vacant motel and hotel rooms, when they could house the 34 fucking immigrants that showed up, okay, what do? They call out the National fucking Guard and escort them to a fucking National Guard fucking air station base. I think it was the air station. Yeah, because it was over there. It was an air station base. Okay. The Air National Guard. So, are you fucking kidding me? You people are ridiculous. You created this fucking situation, and instead of just not allowing it to happen in the first place, you're like, oh, well, they shouldn't be victimized or mistreated. You created the situation where they could be. It's on you. Anyway, yeah, I've covered this well enough. I'm leaving things here. If you've made it this far and haven't already, please like and subscribe. Also, feel free to subscribe over on the other platforms where this channel's content is uploaded to, as well as subscribe and follow over on sites like Minds, Gab, and Parler. Links to each are in the description.